Hey everyone, welcome to MA Dollar Coins. Today we're diving into something extraordinary. Did you know that a 1976 D Washington bicentennial quarter might be worth up to $1.7 million? Stick around, because I'm going to break down whether that's real, what actually determines the value of these coins, and what you should do if you found one in your collection or lingering in your pocket jar. First, let's address the million-dollar claim. There's no credible evidence or auction record supporting a 1976 D quarter fetching $1.7 million. That number appears to be heavily exaggerated or based on rumors. What is real? In MS-68, these Denver Mint bicentennial quarters have sold for several $1,000s, not millions. For example, PCGS-graded MS-68 pieces have fetched up to $5,170 Coin Week Coin Value Checker, and NGC MS-68 examples sold for around $1,140 Coin Week. More routine uncirculated grades like MS-66 typically go for $1,040, and MS-67 for $3,100 Coin Week coin. Identifier? So yes, valuable, but not in the million-dollar league. Die errors examples, double die, obverse details, etc. Now, what can make a 1976 D quarter worth more, potentially thousands more, is rarity and minting errors. Die cap errors have fetched around $2,880 Coin Week, doubled die obverse, DDO. Varieties, like those cataloged as FS101 or FS102, also attract collector interest. Coin identifier Coin Week, other rare errors overstruck, struck through cloth, and similar anomalies have sold for hundreds or even over $12,000 in rare cases, SD bullion. So if you think you have something unusual, it could be worth significantly more than a standard uncirculated piece. The Denver Mint produced over 860 million clad bicentennial quarters. Coin Value Checker Wikipedia. That's an astronomical number, which is why most coins in circulated or lower uncirculated grades are pretty common. Survival rates and mintage data back this up, showing these coins are not inherently rare, unless they exhibit exceptional condition or errors. Coin Value Checker Coin Identifier. Found what looks like a rare or mint condition 1976 D quarter? Here's what to do. Check for the obvious. Look for doubling, misprints, odd planchets, struck through cloth, or die errors. Get it graded. Send it to a trusted grading service, like PCGS or NGC. Their population data, e.g. only Doctrine 13 MS-68 for PCGS, Hawks 15 for NGC, shows how rare top grades are. Coin Week. Research past auctions. Match your coin's details and grade with auction results for accurate pricing. Consult a coin expert or auction house. They can guide you through selling or insuring. Even if you don't have an error coin, a high-grade example could still be worth thousands, not just 25 cents. Coin type I grade. Estimated value circulated condition face value. 0.25 or 1 MS-66, uncirculated 10, 40 mm-67, 30, 100 MS-68, Denver, up to 5,000 rare errors, die cap, DDO, struck through, etc. Up to several thousand or more. No evidence of any 1976 D quarter selling for $1.7 million. So while the legend of the million-dollar quarter makes for a great hook, the real excitement is in spotting a high-grade or error piece. It's the rarity in quality or mistake that delivers the value. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want help identifying a coin you own, drop a comment or send a clear photo. I'd be happy to help. And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more coin insights. There's real treasure in your pockets waiting to be discovered. What if I told you a simple 25-cent quarter from 1982 could be worth over $1.6 million today? Yes, you heard that right. One tiny coin sitting in a jar, a drawer, or your pocket change could be your ticket to life-changing money. In today's video, We're going to uncover the story of the rare 1982 D Washington quarter, why collectors are paying insane amounts for it, and how you can check your own coins to see if you might be sitting on a small fortune. Now, if you're watching this, chances are you have a box, a jar, or even an old coffee can filled with coins that you've saved over the years. Maybe they've been passed down from parents or grandparents. Or maybe you've been holding on to them just in case they turn out to be valuable one day. Well, let me tell you, that day might be today. Because the 1982 D Washington quarter is not your ordinary coin. It's one of the rarest modern U.S. coins ever struck. Let's rewind to 1982. That year was tricky for coin collectors. The U.S. Mint actually decided to stop producing mint sets due to budget concerns. That means many coins from 1982, including the Washington quarters, weren't preserved in pristine condition the way other years were. Most of them went straight into circulation, rattling around in people's pockets, vending machines, and cash registers. As a result, finding one in perfect condition today is almost impossible. Now, the 1982 D quarter we're talking about comes specifically from the Denver Mint. That's the little D you'll see just below the eagle, on the back. But here's the kicker. In some cases, mistakes happened during minting. Coins were struck on the wrong planchets or they had unusual errors. And those error coins, especially if they survived in mint condition, are worth a fortune. One particular example of the 1982 D Washington quarter in nearly flawless condition and with these rare features shocked the coin-collecting world when it was auctioned for $1.6 million. Yes, $1.6 million for a 25-cent piece. Check the date. It must say 1982 on the front. Right next to Washington's hair ribbon, you should see a small D for Denver. Coins with sharp details, no scratches, and strong luster are worth the most. If it looks like it's brand new, don't spend it. The rarest ones were struck on the wrong planchet, meaning the blank piece of metal wasn't meant for quarters. This gives the coin a slightly off-size or strange color. If you see something odd, don't ignore it. That could be the jackpot coin. Now, not every 1982 D quarter will make you a millionaire, but many are still worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition. For example, a standard 1982 D in uncirculated condition can sell for $50 to $200. But rare varieties, especially error coins or those graded Mint State 67 or higher by professional grading services, can fetch anywhere from $5,000 to over $50,000. And of course, the rarest of the rare hit that incredible $1.6 million mark. So, what do you do if you find one? First, don't rush to sell it on eBay or at a pawn shop. Many people lose out on thousands of dollars by doing that. Instead, you want to have it professionally graded and authenticated. Companies like PCGS or NGC specialize in this. Once your coin is graded, you can approach reputable auction houses or rare coin dealers. That's where collectors with deep pockets are willing to pay top dollar. So go check those jars, drawers, and old wallets. You might just be holding a quarter worth life-changing money. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn about more rare coins that could be hiding in your pocket change, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Who knows? The next treasure could already be in your hands. Thanks for watching and good luck hunting. Imagine finding a simple quarter in your pocket and realizing it's worth over $1.5 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But that's exactly the case with a rare version of the 1967 Washington quarter dollar. Today we'll uncover why this coin is so valuable, what makes it special, and how you might be holding a hidden fortune without even knowing it. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. Over the years, it became one of the most recognizable coins in American history. Now here's the twist. In 1965 through 1967, the U.S. Mint removed all mint marks from coins. This was done to discourage coin hoarding during a nationwide coin shortage. So every quarter minted in 1967, whether from Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, came with no mint mark. But then, something rare happened. Most 1967 quarters are common. Billions were minted, and you can still find them in circulation. But the $1,000,000 quarter is not just any 1967 coin. Its value comes from a combination of factors, graded at near perfect levels, like MS-68 or higher. Some coins show proof-like surfaces with mirror-like fields. Out of billions struck, only a handful survived in such pristine condition, and collectors pay a fortune for these. In fact, one rare 1967 quarter in immaculate condition reportedly reached $1.5 million in value on today's market. Make sure. It says 1967, with no mint mark under "In God We Trust" or near the eagle. Does it still shine like it's brand new? Or is it scratched and worn? Condition is everything. To know if you have a true treasure, submit your coin to professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC. They'll give it a grade that determines its value. Even if it's not the $1,000,000 version, some high-quality 1967 quarters still sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The coin market is hotter than ever. Collectors are competing for rare U.S. coins, and prices have skyrocketed in the last decade. Since $10,055,000, $25,000 upwards of $1.5 million, so yes, the right 1967 quarter can change your life. If you're between 30 and 70 years old, chances are you or your parents may have jars of old coins lying around. Don't overlook them, because just one rare coin could be your ticket to financial freedom. Search your coin jars, look for 1967 quarters in pristine condition, and consider professional grading if you think you've struck gold, or in this case, silver copper-clad treasure. That quarter you thought was only worth 25 cents could actually be worth $1 million. If you found this video helpful, hit like, subscribe, and share with someone who might have old coins sitting in a drawer. You never know whose life could change with just one lucky find. Welcome back to MA Dollar Coins, where we uncover the hidden value in everyday coins and collectibles. If you're between 30 and 70 years old, chances are you've got jars of change in your home, and some of it could be worth a small fortune. Today, we're digging into the 1979D Washington quarter, the myths, the facts, and what collectors are really paying in today's market. The Washington quarter has been around since 1932, celebrating George Washington's 200th birthday. By 1979, millions of these coins were being struck every year. The D mint mark tells us it was minted in Denver. In fact, over 489 million 1979 D quarters were produced, making it a very common coin. So why are people saying one is worth $1.7 million? No regular 1979 D Washington quarter has ever sold for $1.7 million. That headline is mostly hype you see in online clickbait articles and videos. But, and this is important, some coins from that year are valuable due to rare minting errors or exceptional quality. Collectors pay thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, for the right coin in the right condition. A coin graded MS-67 or higher by PCGS or NGC can be worth thousands. The shinier and more perfect, the better. Double strikes, off-center strikes, or coins struck on the wrong metal planche can be extremely valuable. While most 1979 D quarters are common, certain oddities slip through quality control. These are the ones collectors chase. About 25 cents. A mint state MS-65 example, around $10–20. These have sold for $1,000, $2,500. Prices can soar to $5,000, $15,000, depending on rarity. So while $1.7 million is unrealistic, the truth is some of these coins can still bring in a very nice payday. If you've got a jar of old coins, here's what you should do. Get a magnifying glass and check the date and mint mark. Look closely for doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual colors. If it looks pristine, consider sending it to a professional. Grading service like PCGS or NGC, that's how you unlock the real market value. Remember, not every coin will be a jackpot, but even if your 1979 D quarter isn't worth millions, it could still be worth far more than face value if it's in the right condition. And who knows, the next rare era coin might just be sitting in your pocket change. Would you believe that a simple Washington quarter from 1988 with a small D mint mark could be worth up to $1.6 million today? That's right. A coin you might still find in an old jar, a dresser drawer, or tucked away in a collection could be hiding life-changing value. Stay with me, because in this video, I'll walk you through the history, key details, and what makes these coins so valuable, and most importantly, how to check if the 1988 D quarter in your pocket is worth millions. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of our first president. Over the decades, millions of these coins were struck, and most are worth only 25 cents. But sometimes, because of minting errors, rare conditions, or collector demand, a few coins skyrocket in value. The 1988 D Washington quarter is one such coin, especially when preserved in pristine condition or showing unique minting varieties. In 1988, the U.S. Mint in Denver, Colorado struck hundreds of millions of quarters. The D mint mark, found just above the date on the front of the coin, tells us it came from that mint. Most of these coins are common and worth face value. But certain coins, especially those with minting errors or those graded at the very top level by professional coin grading services, can be worth thousands, and in some rare cases, millions. Double dies, off-center strikes, or wrong. Planche errors can turn an ordinary quarter into a treasure. Coins graded by PCGS or NGC at mint state 67 or higher are incredibly rare. The better the condition, the higher the value. When a rare example goes to auction, bidding wars can drive the price up, sometimes to incredible figures like $1.6 million. So if you think all quarters are equal, think again. Usually, worth only 25 cents, may sell for $10 to $50, can reach into the thousands. Some have been reported to sell for six figures, and certain extraordinary examples are believed to have reached valuations as high as $1.6 million. That's why collectors are always searching. The difference between pocket change and a life-changing find is all in the details, like doubled lettering, off-center strikes, or unusual coloring. The less wear, the better. Professional grading by PCGS or NGC can authenticate and reveal true market value. Don't rush to sell until you know what you have. Never clean the coin, it lowers the value. Compare prices online on sites like eBay completed sales. Consider an auction house for extremely rare pieces. Get multiple offers from coin dealers to avoid underselling. So the next time you're digging through spare change or an old coin collection, don't overlook that 1988 D Washington quarter. It might be ordinary, or it might just be a millionaire's treasure. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin in your pocket. Who knows? Your story might be next. Did you know a simple quarter from 1991 with the P mint mark could be worth as much as $1.5 million today? Yes, you heard that right. Something you might have in your pocket change or coin jar could actually make you a millionaire. In this video, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about the 1991 P Washington quarter dollar, how to identify it, why it's rare, and how you can check if the coin you own is valuable. The Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932, created to honor the 200th birthday of our first president, George Washington. By 1991, the quarter had already been around for nearly 60 years. Now here's what makes the 1991 P quarter unique. The P mint mark tells us it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. In that year, over 630 million quarters were minted there. That means the vast majority of 1991 P quarters are only worth 25 cents. But, and here's the exciting part, a tiny fraction of them have rare errors, high grades, or special conditions that can make them extremely valuable. So why would anyone pay up to $1.5 million for a 1991 P quarter? It all comes down to rarity and condition. Here are the main reasons. Mint errors. Some coins were struck with mistakes, like double dies, off-center strikes, or clipped planchets. Collectors pay top dollar for these because they're one of a kind. Most coins from 1991 have scratches and wear because they were used in daily circulation. But if you find one in pristine, almost perfect condition, certified by grading companies, like PCGS or NGC, its value skyrockets. A few 1991 P quarters have been sold at auction with rare qualities, pushing the price tag into the millions. That's why you hear about a $1.5 million sale. On the front near Washington's ponytail, you should see a tiny letter P. That's what makes it a Philadelphia Mint coin. Use a magnifying glass. Does it have scratches? Has it been in circulation? A shiny, untouched quarter is worth checking. Check for doubling on the date 1991 or the word Liberty. Also look for unusual shapes, off-center designs, or missing elements. Standard quarters weigh 5.67 grams. If it's heavier or lighter, that could indicate a rare minting mistake. Most 1991 P quarters are still only worth 25 cents to maybe $1 in average condition. But in high mint state condition, MS67 or higher, they can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Now here's the jaw-dropper, a special 1991 P Washington quarter with unique qualities reportedly sold for around $1.5 million at auction. That's why collectors and sellers are now on the hunt for these coins. So if you have one, don't just spend it. You could be holding a fortune. If you think you've got a valuable 1991 P quarter, here's what you should do. Don't. Clean it. Cleaning coins can destroy their value. Get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. Check recent auction results on sites like Heritage Auctions or eBay. Consult a trusted coin dealer, but always compare offers so you don't get lowballed. So the next time you go through your change, keep an eye out for that 1991 P Washington quarter. Who knows? You could be holding one of the rarest and most valuable coins in U.S. history, possibly worth over $1.5 million. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins that could be hiding in your pocket, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and share this video with a friend who might have a hidden treasure in their change jar. Hi everyone! If you've ever rummaged through old coin jars, wallets, or piggy banks, you've probably come across a 1993 D Washington quarter, a Denver minted coin from a year most of us used every day. But what if I told you there's a rumor floating around that these coins are collectively worth $1.6 million? Let's dive in, separate fact from myth, and help you figure out what you might actually have. First off, the 1993 D Washington quarter is one of the most common modern quarters. Over 645 million were minted in Denver alone, Wikipedia PCGS. That means most of them in circulated condition are worth exactly their face value, 25 cents, or maybe 30 to 85 cents at best, depending on where NGC. Why? Because coin value hinges on grade, how pristine the coin is, and rarity of any error. A standard uncirculated 1993 D might fetch a bit, over $1 or $2, U.S. Coins Guide USA coin book. But for high-grade, mint state, MS coins, especially graded MS67 or higher, values can jump dramatically. In fact, a 1993 D quarter graded MS67 sold in a 2019 eBay auction for just $344. Though the price guide lists its value at $1,150 PCGS graysheet. Other data puts MS67 value over $1,750 as of August 2025 coin identifier, $1.6 million for 1993 D quarters. That would require an unbelievable collection of extremely high-grade or rare error coins. Nowhere in reputable records is that even remotely supported. The highest documented sale is still under $2,000. Far from blockbuster territory. However, rare errors can boost value. Look for things like die break cud, a raised blob where a piece of the die broke off Wikipedia, touching error eBay, struck through grease error eBay. But even on eBay, these usually go for under $100, $300, not millions, eBay +1. Inspect carefully. With a loupe under good lighting, look for mint mark D behind Washington's ponytail coin identifier. Assess condition. Is it shiny and uncirculated or dinged and worn? Consult a professional grader or coin dealer. They can tell if it's legit and rare. Get proof like high-res images or grading certification. To sum up, most 1993 D quarters are ordinary, valued at about 25 cents. A few high-grade pieces, MS-67, or better, might reach around $700, $800, but nothing close to $1.6 million. That kind of value belongs to rare errors or historical gold rarities, not common modern quarters, so keep that change, check those coins. You may not get a life-changing fortune, but you might just discover something genuinely special, and that's what makes this hunt fun. Imagine digging into your pocket change and finding a simple quarter, only to discover it could be worth over $1.4 million today. Sounds unbelievable, right? But that's exactly the story behind a rare 1984 D Washington quarter dollar. In this video, we'll break down why this coin is so special, what makes it so valuable, and how you can check your coins at home to see if you've got a hidden fortune sitting in your drawer. The Washington quarter has been around since 1932, honoring our first president. By 1984, millions of quarters were minted in Denver, marked with the D mint mark just below the wreath on the reverse side. Most of these coins are worth just 25 cents even today. But here's the twist. One 1984 D quarter shocked the collecting world when it was auctioned for nearly $1.4 million. Why? Because it wasn't an ordinary coin. It had a rare minting. Error combined with pristine condition, making it one of the most sought-after pieces in modern numismatics. Millions were made, but the special error varieties are extremely rare. Some 1984 D quarters have doubled dies, off-center strikes, or unusual planche mistakes. These errors increase value dramatically. Collectors pay top dollar for coins in perfect mint state condition, graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. When serious collectors compete at auction, prices can skyrocket. That's exactly what happened with this $1.4 million quarter. If you've got some old quarters, here's what to look for on a 1984 D. Look for the D just above the word dollar on the reverse. Use a magnifying glass to spot doubling in the lettering or unusual markings. A coin in circulation won't fetch millions, but uncirculated or near-perfect examples can still be worth thousands. If you suspect your coin is special, send it to a grading service. A certified grade can make or break its value. Now, let's talk real numbers. While the one record-breaking 1984 D quarter sold for $1.4 million, not every 1984 D is worth that. 5 cents to a few dollars. Hundreds to thousands of dollars, up to tens of thousands. So while not every 1984 D will make you rich, the possibility is real, and that's what makes coin collecting so exciting. If you think you've got a valuable coin, here are a few. Steps before selling: don't clean it. Cleaning a coin actually lowers its value. Check recent auction sales and coin value guides. Have it looked at by a trusted dealer or grading service. Serious coins do best at auction houses where collectors compete. Online sites like eBay can be risky unless you know the market well. So, there you have it. The amazing story of the 1984 D Washington quarter that turned pocket change into $1.4 million. Now the big question is, do you have one hiding in your coin jar? If you love learning about valuable coins and how to spot hidden treasures, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and share this video with friends who might have old coins tucked away. Who knows? One of you watching right now might be sitting on a fortune. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a regular Washington quarter, and discovering it's worth over $1.5 million. Sounds impossible, right? Well, today we're talking about the 1987 P Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar. Coin, a coin that has shocked collectors with its astronomical value in the current market. If you have old coins lying around, you don't want to miss this. The Washington quarter was first issued in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. By 1987, quarters were being minted in Philadelphia, which is where our story begins. The Philadelphia Mint uses the letter P as its mint mark, placed just above the date. Now, while 1987 was not a particularly rare year for quarters, in general, certain error coins and highly preserved examples have made the 1987 P quarter incredibly valuable in the right conditions. Sometimes, mistakes happen at the mint. Double strikes, off-center errors, or missing elements can make a coin unique, and collectors pay huge money for one-of-a-kind errors. A 1987 P quarter in mint state 67 or higher, meaning it's nearly flawless, is extremely rare. Most coins from circulation are scratched, worn, or dirty. Coin collectors, also known as numismatists, drive prices up when there's strong demand for a coin in perfect condition. The rarest and best-graded coins can sell for hundreds of thousands, or even millions, at auction. In recent years, a pristine 1987 P Washington quarter has shocked the coin world. At auction, one of these coins reportedly sold for nearly $1.5 million. Not every 1987 quarter is worth a fortune. A regular circulated 1987 P quarter from your pocket change is still worth just 25 cents. But if you have a high-grade version or a coin with a minting error, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Look just above the date. If it has a P, you're in the right category. Use a magnifying glass. A shiny, scratch-free coin has much higher value. Off-center strikes, double mint marks, or unusual features could mean big money. Professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC can certify your coin. A certified coin always sells for more. If you think you have a rare 1987 P quarter, don't rush to spend it. Instead, contact a professional coin dealer, submit it to a grading service. Consider selling it at a major auction where serious collectors compete, driving prices up. Who knew a simple 1987 quarter could be worth more than a house? This is why you should always check your old coins before spending them. So, take a look in your piggy banks, your coin jars, or even your old collections, because one coin could change your life. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on rare coins and collectibles. And tell me in the comments, have you ever found a rare coin in your change? Did you know that a simple 25-cent quarter from 1992 with a small D mint mark could be worth over $1.4 million today? Yes, you heard that right. A coin you might have in your pocket change, coin jar, or tucked away in an old dresser drawer could change your life. Today, we'll dive into the story of the 1992 D Washington quarter dollar, why it's so valuable, how to identify it, and how you can check if you have one of these rare treasures sitting in your collection. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th birthday of George Washington. By 1992, the U.S. Mint had been producing billions of quarters, most of which were ordinary pocket change. But every once in a while, a B coin comes out with a rare error, a unique strike, or a minting condition so perfect that it becomes one of the most valuable coins in existence. The 1992 D Washington quarter is one such coin. The D stands for the Denver Mint, where it was produced. While most 1992 quarters are only worth face value, a few rare examples have unique qualities that make them worth millions today. Some 1992 quarters were struck with an experimental or transitional design, meaning they were created with slightly different details than the regular issue. These coins were not supposed to leave the mint, but a few did. Collectors and grading. Companies use a scale from 1 to 70 to measure coin quality. A mint state 67 or mint state 68 coin is nearly flawless. The rare 1992 D quarter that sold for $1.4 million was in almost perfect condition. Coin collectors, also called numismatists, are willing to pay incredible amounts of money for coins that are both rare and historically significant. The fewer that exist, the higher the price climbs. It must say 1992, you'll find it just too the right of Washington's ponytail above the word quarter dollar. If it looks sharp, shiny, and shows little to no wear, you may have something valuable. Even circulated 1992 D quarters can sometimes sell for hundreds or thousands, but the rare mint state or error coins are the ones that reach the $1 million mark. Send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. They'll grade and certify its authenticity. High-value coins are usually sold at major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers, where collectors from around the world bid for them. Reputable dealers can give you an estimate, but be careful. Always research and get multiple opinions before selling. So the next time you're going through your spare change or cleaning out an old coin jar, keep an eye out for that little 1992 D Washington quarter. What looks like just 25 cents could actually be worth over $1 million. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins that might be hiding in your home, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and share this video with friends and family. Someone you know could be holding a fortune without even realizing it. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're talking about one of the most incredible stories in U.S. coin history. A simple 1965 Washington quarter with no mint mark that has sold for as much as $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right. One quarter that you could find in an old jar of change might be worth more than most houses. If you're between the ages of 30 and 70 and have a box of old coins lying around, this video is for you. I'll explain what makes the 1965 quarter so valuable, how to check if you might have one, and what to do if you find one. In 1965, something major happened in U.S. coinage history. Before then, quarters were made of 90% silver. But because of rising silver prices and coin shortages, the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-nickel clad quarter starting that year. Most 1965 quarters are just ordinary copper-nickel coins worth 25 cents. But a few special ones slipped through. They were mistakenly struck on silver planchets left over from 1964. That tiny mistake is what turned an everyday coin into a $1 million rarity. So how do you know if you've got one of these rare 1965 silver quarters? Here are the things to check. A normal 1965 clad quarter weighs about 5.67 grams. A rare silver quarter weighs closer to 6.25 grams. You'll need a small digital scale to check. Look at the edge of the coin. Modern. Clad quarters show a visible copper-colored stripe. The rare silver ones have a solid silver edge with no copper line. If you gently drop a silver quarter on a table, it makes a higher ringing sound compared to the duller sound of a clad coin. All 1965 quarters were struck without a mint mark. So that part is normal. The true rarity comes from being struck on silver instead of clad. If you spot these signs, you might be holding a fortune. Now, here's the part everyone loves: the value. One of these rare silver 1965 quarters sold at auction for nearly $1.7 million. Others in slightly lower condition have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. Collectors are willing to pay these prices because errors from that era are extremely rare. And owning one is like owning a piece of U.S. mint history. Imagine pulling one of these from an old change jar or inherited collection. It's literally like winning the lottery. Now, if you think you found one, do not clean it and don't rush to a pawn shop. Cleaning coins actually lowers their value. Weigh the coin and check the edge carefully. Take clear photos. Contact a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. These companies can officially grade and authenticate your coin, which is absolutely necessary before selling. Consider selling through a reputable auction house, such as Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. That's where serious collectors pay the big money. This process ensures you get the true value of your rare coin. So there you have it, the incredible story of the 1965 Washington quarter with no mint mark that could be worth up to $1.7 million. If you've got jars of old coins, it's worth taking a second look. Who knows? That little quarter, you've ignored for years might just be your ticket to life-changing money. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and share this with anyone who might have old coins lying around. You never know whose attic treasure could be worth a fortune. Imagine finding a simple quarter in your pocket, just 25 cents, and realizing it could be worth over $1.5 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, today, we're talking about the 1998 P Mint Mark Washington $quarter coin, AIA, coin that has shocked collectors with its astonishing market value. If you're between the ages of 30 and 70 and have jars of old coins lying around, this video might just inspire you to take another look, because one of those coins could change your life. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932, honoring our very first president, George Washington. Now, the 1998 quarter is special because it was among the final years before the U.S. Mint launched the wildly popular 50-state quarters program in 1999. That means collectors see 1998 coins as the end of an era, the last of the classic Washington quarters before the state designs took over. The P Mint mark means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Millions were made, but here's the catch. Not all quarters are created equal. Some carry rare errors, unique strikes, or near-perfect conditions that drive their value into the stratosphere. Certain 1998 P quarters were struck with minting mistakes, like double dies, off-center strikes, or planche errors. These minting flaws make them extremely rare. Collectors prize coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. A 1998 P in pristine MS68 or higher grade is nearly impossible to find. When one does appear, it creates bidding wars. Since 1998 was the last classic Washington quarter year, collectors pay huge premiums to complete their sets. One verified sale reached about $1.5 million, making headlines in the numismatic world. That's why this ordinary-looking coin has become the stuff of legend. Flip the coin. On the front side, to the right of Washington's ponytail, you'll see a tiny P for Philadelphia. Look closely at the lettering, the date, and Washington's profile. Doubling, missing details, or strange shapes could mean you've got an error coin. Check the condition. Coins with scratches, wear, or tarnish are usually worth face value. But if your coin looks almost brand new, shiny, sharp details, no marks, it could be worth thousands. Get it graded. If you think you have a gem, send it to a professional grading service. They authenticate and grade coins, which sets the real market value. 25 cents. A lightly circulated example? Maybe $1 to $5 to a collector. These can range from $100 to $5,000. And the rarest of the rare, with flawless surfaces or dramatic minting errors, have reached 6 to 7 figures, including that headline making $1.5 million sale. Even though most won't hit the $1 million mark, there is real money in old quarters. If you discover you have something valuable, don't just rush to your local pawn shop. Here are smarter moves. Get your coin graded by PCGS or NGC. Compare recent sales on auction sites like Heritage Auctions or eBay. Reach out to trusted coin dealers or coin shows. The goal is to maximize your profit and avoid underselling. So there you have it. The story of the 1998 P Washington quarter, a coin that proves even pocket change can hold life-changing value. If you've got old jars of coins lying around, take a second look. You might just be sitting on a treasure. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with someone who loves hunting for hidden gems in their change. And remember, sometimes the smallest things carry the biggest fortunes. Did you know that a simple quarter, yes, the same coin you might have in your change jar, could be worth over $1.7 million today? In this video, we're talking about the 1999 D Mint Mark Washington $quarter, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors, investors, and everyday people just like you. If you've ever wondered whether those old coins sitting in your drawer could be life-changing treasures, stay tuned, because this is one you don't want to miss. Let's rewind back to 1999. The U.S. Mint launched the State Quarters program, one of the most popular coin series in American history. Each state received its own unique design, starting with Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, and Connecticut that year. But here's the key. Some of these coins were struck with errors or unusual minting conditions at the Denver Mint, which placed the D-Mint mark on the quarters. These rare errors and unique characteristics have made a few specific 1999 quarters incredibly valuable, especially to serious collectors. While millions were minted, only a handful are believed to exist in pristine, rare error condition, and those are the ones commanding unbelievable prices today. So why on earth would a coin with a face value of 25 cents sell for over $1.7 million? Certain 1999 quarters from the Denver Mint have double strikes, misprints, or unique die errors. Collectors pay huge sums for coins with these kinds of mistakes. If a coin is in mint state, MS-67, MS-68, or higher, meaning it looks almost brand new, it becomes much rarer and much more valuable. The 1999 state quarters launched an entire generation of new collectors. That demand has only grown over the past 20-plus years. When these factors combine, rarity, condition, and demand, you get the perfect storm for $1 million coin. Flip your coin over. Look near Washington's ponytail. If you see a small D, that means it was minted in Denver. The 1999 states were Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, and Connecticut. Things like double lettering, off-center strikes, or unusual coloring can make your coin valuable. Coins that are shiny, with no scratches, dents, or discoloration, are worth much more. If you're unsure, don't clean the coin. That can actually lower its value. Instead, have it evaluated by a professional coin grading service. Now let's talk numbers. A standard 1999 D quarter in your pocket change is worth about 25 cents, maybe a couple of dollars to a casual collector. Rare error coins from 1999 with the D Mint mark have sold for hundreds of thousands. One particular example in pristine condition has been valued at $1.7 million. That's right. The right quarter could pay off your mortgage, fund your retirement, or even change your life entirely. As I mentioned, cleaning can reduce the value dramatically. Contact a professional service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, to authenticate your coin. Rare coins are often sold at major auctions, like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers, where serious collectors are willing to pay top dollar. Sometimes waiting for the right auction or the right buyer can make all the difference in how much money you take home. So the next time you're digging through an old coin jar, a family collection, or even your pocket change, remember this. That simple 1999 D Washington quarter could be worth more than a luxury car, a dream vacation, or even your house. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more stories about coins that could be hiding treasures right in plain sight. And tell me in the comments, do you have any 1999 quarters lying around? Who knows? Maybe you're sitting on the next $1 million discovery.